Hey guys, welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. In today's video, I want to talk about DeMarcus Lawrence's refusal to take a pay cut. Let's go. All right, guys, before I get into the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this content. Please follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. All right, guys, so based on multiple sources, DeMarcus Lawrence has refused to take a pay cut. And I'm gonna tell you guys in this video what I think about that and also the scenarios around it. DeMarcus Lawrence is due for $19 million in 2022. Back in 2019, he signed a 5-year, $105 million contract with $65 million in guarantees. The issue that the Cowboys are having is productivity. And I'll always say, if much is given, much is gonna be required. And I've said this about DeMarcus Lawrence. I believe that he is an elite run defender. I think he's very disruptive. I'm not sure that he's an elite pass rusher. I think he's a good one, but I'm not sure if he's elite to justify the amount of money the Cowboys pay him. And furthermore, the last several years since he got the contract, he's just been injured a lot. And with him missing the amount of games that he's missed over the past 3 seasons, you're not going to get the productivity to justify paying the roughly $20 million a year that his contract requires. So from 2017 to 2019, 2017 to 2018, DeMarcus Lawrence had 24 sacks. These last 3 seasons, he's had a total of 14.5 sacks. This past season, he was injured for a lot of the season. He only had 3 sacks. The previous year to this year, the COVID year, 2020, he had less than 5 sacks. So if you look at this year's production in terms of just production, he would rank below 94th in the NFL in terms of his sack productivity with 3 sacks. With that said, I believe the Cowboys love DeMarcus Lawrence and they understand the value he brings as an emotional leader, as a disruptive player. But this is a financial conversation and not a light conversation. Based upon the other high-paid defensive ends in the NFL, Myles Garrett, will be one. TJ Watt will be another guy. Cameron Jordan out of the Saints, from the Saints, will be another guy. All of those guys had double-digit sacks. And if you look at TJ Watt, he tied the NFL record of sacks with, I believe, 23 or 22.5 sacks. You also had Myles Garrett posting plus 15 sacks years. You have guys like ridiculous guys that are not even defensive ends that get more sacks than defensive ends. Aaron Donald had 16 sacks, and on we go. And we could go down the list more and more and more and more to show the productivity concern. And the problem is that not DeMarcus Lawrence being a talented and good football player. The issue is he's about 30 years old. He has a few years left on this deal, and the Cowboys want to get some cap relief based upon his productivity. What does this mean? He's refused the pay cut. If the Cowboys decide to cut DeMarcus Lawrence right now, they're going to save about $8 million against the salary cap. All right, $8 million that they could use. Now, if they decide to wait until June 1st, they will save $19 million against the salary cap to cut DeMarcus Lawrence. But keep in mind, free agency would have already took most of his large runs. It would only be straggler people available at that time, and they're not going to have those funds available to do anything or to use or to sign other players. So the Cowboys are in a real unique situation. in regard to this. And I'm not mad at DeMarcus Lawrence for refusing the pay cut. If I was him, I would fight for my money as well. He's betting on himself. I think that he's still, again, a very, very good player. I just don't believe that the sack productivity and the injuries that caused him to miss games could substantiate the number that he's getting right now. So if the Cowboys cut him, we know that we have options. They have $8 million if they cut him that they could use to sign free agents and or re-sign other players. We also have expiring contracts with Dorrance Armstrong and Randy Gregory. So right now, we're in a very, very critical stance of how the Cowboys handle this, because it's going to be very delicate. You don't want to empty the room of defensive ends and not have any veteran pass rushers that you can rely on and exclusively rely on free agency. I believe that if they cut D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence, they're going to use that money to go toward re-signing Randy Gregory at a minimum and or Dorrance Armstrong and or a free agent. Now, if they want to, and I think that this makes it even a more viable option and something that I will be a fan of, the Cowboys could look in the draft, because there are several talented defensive ends that could potentially be available around pick 24. FSU defensive end, Jaron James, he could potentially be available. There are several others that could be potentially available. All right, Logan from the University of Houston, he potentially could be available around the 24th pick. There are several other guys, and we don't know exactly how the draft will fall. Nobody can accurately predict that, because there always are runs on certain positions that cause other positions to get pushed down in the draft. So that's very, very hard to predict. But I do know this, around 24, there will be some quality available if you're looking for some type of edge rusher, even if it's a linebacker edge rusher. The Cincinnati prospect, Sanders, I think that he's a possibility as well, being there as a potential smaller, sleeker type edge rusher as well. So that's also another option that the Cowboys have as it relates to retooling this defensive end front, which needs to be a focus, because we have to get pass rushers that can consistently get to the quarterback on this defense besides Michael Parsons. We're going to need it to have a viable and strong defense. So this is a very important conversation and something that we should keep an eye on. I hope that, everything works out great for DeMarcus Lawrence. I just hope he doesn't sign with a division opponent, which is what may end up happening if the Cowboys in fact cut him, because he still has good ball left in his body. It's just about him staying healthy and being on the field to give that productivity. So the management of the salary cap, the management of these free agents, Amari Cooper, all this stuff is on the table. So the Cowboys are going to have to be great and elite at how they manage and massage this situation, not to blow up the defense, not to have holes in terms of being able to rush the passer in a pass-happy NFL. So, guys, let me know what you think about the situation. Hopefully, DeMarcus Lawrence will come to some concession and restructure, but right now, I doubt it. Not looking good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Boss Cowboy Sports. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Until next time, signing out. See you.